Good evening, good evening, good evening. It's a pleasure to be before you today. I thank God that He allowed me to see another day. I try to remember every morning I get up. I thank Him that He allowed me to wake up. It's my prayer and hope that those who suffering from the COVID situation is feeling better, get healed, recover, go home, and be with their loved one. Let me welcome. So I welcome me typing welcome everyone. Hope everyone will be let me do something. Getting used to this new Facebook. I see where Facebook gonna be changing its screen on what we see now, giving you an option to have everything in black, everything in white. You can just switch around if you want to. You have to get used to. When I find myself not recording a lot, I come back and something be changed. And now I have a message out of this book that I found that I wrote several years ago. It is time to read the news about self. I gave several messages about uh, it's in the book. If you like to hear it, go to my YouTube channel, Thoughts in the AM, and also the other channel, He Still Speaks Now. Listen and Hidden Tears of Black Male. So I was wondering when I have one more chapter in this book to read, and I was looking at it and I said, "Wow, Anthony, you are good." No, I'm not puffing myself up or making myself better than others. I'm looking from a position as in what is I'm good at. A lot of us are gifted in certain areas where we don't need people to acknowledge us to a point that we either do or don't do, quit or give up or continue on. I struggle with that from time to time. And I was thinking uh, about the message that I give. Could I do messages about other people drama, do messages to get people to like my page, subscribe, make a comment, just some of the videos I see, and that's where people are at when it comes to them broadcasting. But to those of you who follow me, you see that all of my videos focus on the individual self. I use myself in a lot of them. And we living in a time where we need to begin to look at self. We would need to excuse me, evaluate self and wonder about the choice that we make. I gave the message, you know, what's in it for me? No, I'm sorry, we in it together. Our friend had died. In the several messages, they could tie hand in hand. So you see my little emoji say, Anthony is sad. I woke up this morning and I heard another police shooting, good or bad. I don't know the facts. I know there's videos. I know there are a lot of things out there, putting the video out there. I know people are going to be moved by their emotions without thinking. I know people are going to accept their end results, and some people are not going to accept the end results. And some people may not like what I'm going to say, but it's going to be the truth. It's going to be the truth. We're living in a time where everyone is doing what is right in their own eyes. Some people think they're better than others. Some people have decided that they are judge and jury and no one can stop them. Some individuals acting like they are above the law, that they can just get away and have gotten away because people in charge refuse to do their job. And then I begin to think about the coronavirus. The coronavirus, Corona 19, has revealed you to you. Do you accept the truth or do you accept the lie? Are you going to be driven by your emotions, what you think, what you feel, what you believe, what's in it for you, how it benefits you, what's in it for you, how you can get over, or whatever you can think? But we all going to be held accountable for the action, the thing we do. We can't say so and so made me do this. so and so did this to me and my ancestors and so in the past. We, regardless of race or sex or gender, we cannot keep continuing to justify bad behavior because of race or sex and about the past. Simple. We live in a world where people are waking up every morning to shootings, death. Do your homework. Baltimore, Philadelphia, Chicago. Google it, as someone always tell me. Google the shootings. 9 months ago, 2 months ago, shot in the head, shot in the back of the head, shot just walking. I saw an article today, a young man, his daughter got killed. There have been so many black on black killings out there that it has become a norm. It shouldn't be a norm. It should not be acceptable. And so when I heard that news, I was sad. I said, not again, not again, another police shooting. Not the fact that it was a police shooting, because I know what they're going to be the results of it. People going to go to the street and riot, set things on fire, steal and loot. And some people going to say they are venting. They have the right to do that. They can voice. They are venting. They are peaceful. The person may have died. This particular one in Wisconsin, I don't think the person died before the evidence is in, before the investigation is completed. People have taken to the streets and have become judge and jury. But I'm going to tell you this, and you may not like me, you may not like what I say, you may not want to listen to what I'm saying, but this is the truth. The seeds that we sow are going to come back onto us. When we justify and we accuse and we blame and we do whatever and say this need to happen, the same thing that we speak is going to come back on us. We say, people say, what goes around come around. Yeah, it goes both ways. If we as a race of people respond based on emotionalism, respond on they deserve this and that. If there's no police officers in your community, who are you going to call? 911, what is your emergency? 911 is no longer in service. You're going to have to defend for yourself because the police officer's not coming to your neighborhood. People that live in the neighborhood are going to go around to neighbor door to door just taking and breaking and doing whatever they want to do because they know that there's no police officer going to come in your neighborhood. Yeah, they may have social work come knock on your door because we don't want the police anymore. Yes, there are other countries that have police officers. Yes, there are other countries that have police that do not have and wear guns. That's their country. We are different. We need to wake up. I was wondering what kind of message to give, and I thought about, I said, what can be the title? Maybe wake up. I don't know what the title gonna be. I'm just baffled at this moment. It's like I say the same thing over and over and over, and I may get to one person, and that's fine. But we as a majority of people need to begin to wake up. Quit being used and played because of sex and race and a part of the system and a part of history. We as a black race need to wake up. I said in one of my messages, and this is the honest God truth. There's a black awakening has taken place. It's going to reveal you for you or reveal you on the other side of the coin. Where are you going to where are you going to land up on? We as individuals need to wake up. Yes, they're rioting and looting and whatever in the streets when police officers shoot someone. Yes, it's wrong for any person to shoot. If you're defending yourself, that's a different thing. If someone come right now and knock on your door and try to rob you or do whatever, if you have a gun, if you whatever, you want to defend yourself. In my book that I wrote, From the Eyes of a Cop, Black Lives Matter, I was looking for it. I have a chapter, this world is not utopia. This is not Mayberry RFD or Andy and Barney, where Barney keep the bullet in his pocket and the sheriff won't have a gun. We itself is our self-interest to defend and protect ourselves and our children. You mean to tell me because there's no police in the neighborhood anymore, because that's what you want, and someone come knock on your door, you're going to open the door and say, take what you want, because I believe that we shouldn't have cops in the neighborhood. Take my flat screen TV, take my grocery, have my wife, have my daughter, because I am down for the struggle. I am in it together. You're not going to say that. So we quick to say certain things, but don't know when we say those things, it may come back to bite us. So yes, I'm saying to you tonight, those of you who listen to me, those who may believe me, I know it's going out there into the atmosphere. It may come across someone's path, but I'm simply telling you this. You may don't like what I'm going to say or have said so far, but I'm simply telling you this is the truth. Have nothing to believe in God or I'm preaching religion because I'm not coming from that position. I'm simply telling you the seeds that we sow, we shall reap. Truth and sowing and reaping has no color and no sex and no gender behind it. When we justify this and that behavior without waiting on the final conclusion of any investigation, and we have set ourselves up as judge and jury, we actually playing God. When we set up ourselves as judge and jury, do you not think that someone's going to come to you one day, or your children, and begin to look at you and judge you and trial you and sentence you? So the same seeds of thought that you're putting out there on other people, you're going to reap them. You may not reap them in your lifetime. You're going to reap them. Simple. And I've been thinking, I'm sad because it's a when is enough is enough. Enough is enough. I know it's never going to be enough. So we have the protesters. The protesters can protest. I think in Seattle has protested for 84 days. It's not really on the news that much, but they are protesting and doing things in Seattle. But you don't hear COVID-19, or there should be social distancing, or they should do this and that. Nothing applies to protesters. But the average citizen got to stay in their house. The average citizen got to wear a mask. The average citizen got to do all these things. But the protester is exempt. That's like saying the air that you breathe right now is prejudice. I heard someone say that the virus is prejudice. How can a virus be prejudice when we are breathing in air right now that unknown to us is millions and millions of viruses in the air? The air that I'm breathing is the same air I'm breathing in. It's all connected in your hometown. So the viruses, so you telling me that the virus is floating around in the air, going to come up to a violent protest and say, oh, we in it together. So the air going to turn around and go attack peaceful protesters. We need to begin to think when we hear things, people say stuff. I said in another my message, excuse me. We can't 6 feet anymore. We must need 16 feet. 16 feet. How are you going to live if you cannot be in 16 feet? Are the protesters following the guidelines? No. A lot of them in certain cities are exempted from all the COVID-19 restrictions and rules. But the average citizen, like you and I, we are not subject to the same rule. This COVID-19 has revealed lies and truth. Your behavior, my behavior. It's like taking a strainer and you throw the flour and you sift it out. And are you going to sift through the holes or are you going to be part of the group? And sadly, a lot of people have joined in their thinking the other side. No one wants to say what needs to be said. No one wants to, yes, we get along to get along. I'm just one person and I can't do nothing much. Oh, really? I read in a book, in history book, where a lot of black individuals of the past did, they took their journey by themselves. Yes, they made the first step, and then people followed them. And yes, we have protesting today in the sound of my voice. Prior to this one in Wisconsin has been going on, and we don't hear nothing from those political leaders that say they speak for us. Yes, we see Black Lives Matter is in the midst of the protest. And yes, Black Lives Matter. But Black Lives matter to everyone, and Black Lives matter to those who lost a loved one. Google it. You'll see that some Black Lives Matter people, and I have been confronted myself, and say, yes, Black Lives Matter, But this is a different Black Lives Matter because it involved the police. Is my black life matters better more than a white person or a Chinese person or a Mexican person or a Jewish person? No. But if I'm thinking that my life matter above someone else, then who made me God? If I take into my own hands and say that my life and my color of my skin, I demand this and that, and I'm using the color of my skin and I'm using whatever to achieve my mean, then I have set myself up for a fall. Do you think, do you believe, do you understand, and you think that the God as you know him, looking down at you and I, knowing our thoughts, knowing what we do? So yes, it's okay to protest, peaceful protest. If you listen to the news media, peaceful protest is rioting and stealing and looting and setting things on fire. They're allowed to vent because they're exercising their freedom of speech. They're exercising their rights to protest. That's fine. But where does the looting and rioting and stealing and injuring and beating up people, where that's not. But let the peaceful protesters do the same thing. They get arrested and locked up. It doesn't make sense. We're living in a world where people are doing what they want to do, saying what they want to say, behaving as they want to behave, and thinking that nothing's going to touch them. So where are the protests? Before this shooting, we had, I have heard, many countless of shootings involving teenagers, young black males, kids, babies, infants, little girls, people killed like running water. Did we hear of a protest on the street saying stop the violence? Those mega black churches, pastors in those neighborhoods come out and say we need to stop this violence. Oh no, let's praise God. Oh, let's pray to God. Oh, God is a healing God. God is this, God is that. No, when you are in a battle, it's not time to pray. It's time to begin to pray warfare type prayers. A lot of this is happening because everyone, a lot of people, and especially the church, is remaining silent because they don't want to offend their congregation. They don't offend other people because they might run and lose their ties. They may lose their position. So they say to get along. They do to get along. And then when someone like myself or someone else speaks the truth, we are not part of the struggle. We don't understand the movement. We're not down for the struggle. We're not willing to look the other way. We not look we're just not part of the same old boat. So yes, I'm saddened by what I've heard so far and seen on the news and read on the news and watching TV. I don't even not like to watch the news anymore because all bad news over and over and over. We need black voices, not the one that say they speak for us, only speak for us when you grease their hand with money, but speak for us. I know there's several black females and black males are out there speaking the truth. Not a lot of them. They're not hard to find, but they're out there. And then those of us who speak the truth are suppressed. Social media take down the videos, say it is uh, offensive, deem offensive. How can you say that what I'm saying, because I may use keywords or somebody may use keywords, that is offensive? But yet I can turn on and go to any social media channel, screen or whatever, and watch women half naked, watch foreign people talking about the death of Israel or death of the United States. I mean, all kind of vile stuff is still on the internet and social media. It's not taken down, but the average person says almost identical thing. They're removed and squashed and say you can't say this and can't say that. We living in a time, my friends, that we must wake up and quit. You know the game of a card. I'm sorry. You have a card game, you have a chess game, and you have checkers. A lot of us don't want to play the game of chess because it requires us to think. Every chess piece has a place in a move. Checkers just jump over every one. Playing the card, you just play the card and hope you win. Hope you being used. Do you want to be a race of people where you are being played all the time? If I want, let's play, let hypothetically speaking, I'm want to achieve uh, gentrification in the neighborhood. I want to achieve something, but I can't get the people to go along with me. I can't get my way. So what did I do? I create an event. I create a situation because I know if I push that button, people are not going to think. They're going to run behind me. They're going to be with me. And once I achieve my goal and my purpose, they're not useful to me anymore. I just say it's the man that keeping me back, keeping me down. And I can't help you. We're living in a time where we must wake up. The black awakening is here. Do you want to be a part of the black awakening? And what I mean by a black awakening, not a black awakening to riot, steal, loot, and burn stuff down, but a black awakening, a black awakening, understanding self that you can make a difference in your life. And when you make a difference in your life, you can make a difference in other people's lives. People say we have black people have power, but we don't put our power together. Our power should not be put together to rule over others. Who made you and our God to say, my life is better than your life, and you deserve to pay back? Pay back. Pay back. I was thinking before I logged on, and I was thinking, do things have to get worse before it get better? It seems that way. It seems that it got to get worse to a certain point before it get better. But as it's getting worse every moment of the day, people are being sucked into this vacuum cleaner of group thinking. They allow themselves to be sucked up mentally. They allow themselves to look the other way. They allow themselves to justify this and that. Why would you say, oh, anytime of, and I wrote this down, I was thinking about this. We always hear in the news that police officers shoot, white police officers shoot a black person. We hear that on the news. I'm not denying we do hear that on the news. But show me and tell me when the last time you heard on the news, in the newspaper, on social media or whatever, where they say a black police officer shot a white person, or a black police officer shot a black person. You're gonna, if you find it, it may be depending on that person's status, their position, if they make money, if they're rich or whatever. You may find little bits of stories out there. And you should say, why not? Why I don't hear that? So people go along in life thinking that only white police officers are shooting blacks, and black police officers don't shoot blacks. Oh, really? Well, I got a win for you. When I was a former police officer, I was shot at by a black male and asked him, why do you shoot at me? He said, because I thought you was white. I said, the only thing that was white is my teeth and this patrol car. He got caught, went to prison. It was his first time. I think he got 6 years. You know, back then times not time served, but I'm good that he can get out. So did I fire? I was gonna fire my weapon, but everything happened so quickly. He shot at my patrol car. I was gonna turn the wheel to the left, roll down the window automatic, and put my gun out. Back then, it wasn't no Black Lives Matter. Black, it was my life, his life. My life, his life. So wake up. I cannot tell a pregnant woman how she feels and what she's going to go through because I'm a man. But I can only tell her what I read in that book. If you have not been in a position as a police officer on the other side of the law, you're going by your feelings, your emotions, and what you think should and should not happen. We need to educate ourselves on the laws. We need to educate ourselves on the do's and don'ts. We need to educate ourselves. I was stupid back in the day. I had a bad speech impediment problem. I didn't want to communicate. I will write down certain words I want to say, statement to a girl. I didn't want to like that. I wrote down, what is your name? And I didn't want to read a book because I said, I'm not going to read no book because you don't have any pictures. Then recently I woke up and said, wait a minute. If somebody want to hide something from me, they're going to put in the book with no picture. That's stupid. So I woke up. You can't say, well, that don't pertain to me. That's them and that. That's politics and that religion. It has nothing to do with me. Yes, it does. Indirectly, it does have something to do with you. We living in a world where people only thinking about themselves. I want to be famous on the internet, Instagram or YouTube or whatever. They want to be famous for all the wrong reasons. To be famous and you speak the truth, you may not be famous, but you're speaking truth. You may not be famous, you may not get the wealth that you want because if you start speaking, when we start speaking the truth, social media platform gonna shut us down. So why not just speak the truth? Do you not believe or understand? Even if they shut us down, the word can still get out there some way. There are other alternate sites to go to. So I'm saddened by this violence of black on black crime. Black on black this, black and black this. Black ministers are not saying it from the pulpit. It might be in a mom and pop church in the corner, but the big mega churches, the white one or the black, they're not saying, exposing people's sinful behavior, telling you what you're doing, telling you how you're living, or whatever. They're not telling you anything because they're afraid to lose their members, lose their congregation, just do whatever. So I am saddened by the things that I've heard and seen. We have the rioting on the streets day after day in some cities, and they just let it go along and say, well, it's the Republican or so and so forth and this and that. And then you have the shootings and the shootings among blacks on black, killings, teenagers, youth, young adults, and whomever, and everybody is quiet. Nothing is being said. Nothing is being said about that young person got shot in the head, in the back of the head. That baby got shot in the eye and the head. That my son, my brother, my mother, my girlfriend, my pregnant girlfriend got shot by another black person. We need to come together and stop this black on. I'm not saying we're going to eradicate black on black crime to the point there'll be no shooting among blacks. That only happens when everyone changed their mental mindset. The neighborhood does not find the neighborhood. What defines the neighborhood is the people in the neighborhood. If you're thinking with a certain thoughts, if you're thinking with a certain thought, that will spill out into the neighborhood. People, I'm speaking for myself. I did the things that I did because I enjoyed them. Yes, I know there were consequences, but I still did them and I enjoyed them. Yes, I experienced the consequences for my action and I regret them. I forgave myself. I pray about my behavior. I repent. I confess my behavior that the things that I've done in the past was wrong. I know I've hurt people mentally, emotionally. I dated and undated and all this kind of stuff. We all got skeleton in our closet. I'm not perfect. I'm never claimed to be perfect. But I wish when I was growing up, prior to Martin Luther King's death, that I would hear positive day-to-day messages that would encourage me, that would cause me to begin to think that, yeah, I don't like what I heard, but it is the truth. Should we be a nation? Should we be a race of people that when things get, it's like we don't prepare for storms and bad weather, but when the storm comes, we run and try to prepare ourselves, and then everything runs out. But what if something comes along where we won't have the opportunity to prepare or run to the store or do whatever? You're stuck with what you got, whether it's something physically or whether you're mentally. If you do not educate yourself on what's going on or all around you, begin to say why, who benefit from this and that, why are they doing this, that doesn't make sense. If you start questioning the who, what, when, why, and how, You can have peace and freedom in what you need to do. I'm saddened from the news. I'm saddened when I hear a death of someone who died. I'm saddened when I hear that the life of a black male who's been killed by a police officer is more better than the average black person that had been killed prior to a police officer shooting. I'm saddened when people, you don't see black individuals taken to the streets, rioting and looting and stealing flat screen TVs, cigarette, beer, shootings, shoes, and whatever when black on black crime because they don't do that. But yet when there's a police officer shooting, people have I want a flat screen TV. I want a six pack. I want some beer. I want something that I can steal and go back and make money on it. So what? They deserve it. So what? They should protect themselves. So what? I can justify it. It is saddening. And being a black male, speaking the truth, I have been called an Uncle Tom, a white man lover, a black person hater. I'm embarrassing the black race because I'm saying stuff. I'm putting down the black race. I don't understand the black history. I don't understand this. I'm have a thing with history. If you're going to share black history with me, show me all of black history. Tell me that whites was hung by helping blacks. Tell me that whites helped blacks to read, helped them to escape, hid them in their houses. Tell me all of that, and then let me decide if I want to believe to go along with what you're saying. But when you hold back the truth, some truth, for your personal gain or means, then I should not listen to you. And like one political candidate said, you're not black if you don't vote for a Democrat or me. That's like saying, Anthony, you're not black because you're not talking black. My question is, what is talking black? Ebonics? Ghetto language? I'm not putting no stuff down, but what I'm trying to get you to understand is listen to the things that people say. Listen, go back to what I just said. If I want to accomplish something, all I just have to push the right button, race, sex, and gender, us against them. Because you divide a group of people, you can control them. And it ought not to be that way. So I'm saddened by the news. I was wondering, I said, it's going to be another police shooting. How people going to respond? You're going to have the regular, well-known people come out and protest and make a political statement, fly into the city, say what they have to say, and drive off and go back home. Okay, how that benefit me? They're still riding, looting in the street. They're still doing what they're doing. Show me on the news, Google me, text me messages where well-known ministers or well-known political activists, well-known black groups or whatever have come out the one other side and say stop. Other than uh, black-minded individuals that say we should not be shooting each other, there are many out there. But on the other side, on the Democratic side, show me where they say that uh, what they're doing is wrong. And I had to start this came in my mind, and I'll just let you figure this out. If you, if somebody did something for you, and this is a white person or a black person or whatever race of person did something for you, and you reap the benefits of what they did for you because nobody else stepped up to help you out, and you were appreciative for what they did for you. And what if that person starts speaking the truth or doing whatever, and then everybody started attacking that person? And you say, why are they attacking that person? That's not the person I know. That's not the person that helped me out and did this and that for me. I need to speak up and defend that person. But guess what? I'm not going to say something because I know some people know, but I don't want to draw their attention to me. So I'm not going to defend that person. Whatever reason they choose to. Did they escape the sowing and reaping? No, 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 no. We always say why bad things happen to us. Why is my life this way and that way? Maybe because the thoughts that you're thinking is the cause of your problem. So I'm saddened by what is going on. We, as a black race, need to begin to wake up. Wake up from being delusional. Wake up and begin to accept the truth about self. You cannot change your physical environment, your circumstances, your situation, or what you're experiencing or have gone through from generation to generation until you change your thinking. Until you change your thinking. Yes, listen to the voices of people out there. It's your choice to follow whomever. But remember, whoever you follow, you're gonna reap the consequences of following that person. It's a given. You live in your state right now, and that person live in another state. You can agree with them if the truth, or agree with them if it's a lie, or refuse to see if it's the truth, or refuse to investigate if it's a lie. But whatever you choose to agree with, you're going to reap the consequences of that action. You may be on the, watching on TV and justify the looting and rioting and stealing. And I saw where this black individual beat this person. Person jumped out the car. White person jumped out the car, helping a transvestite person from being attacked or robbed. So the crowd turned on that person and beat the man up, knocked him unconscious, kicked him in the head, and everybody taking cameras, videotaping, yelling, screaming, and rejoicing in that moment. And I'm quite sure there are a lot of individuals say, "Oh, that white person deserved that." Oh, really? What if you was on the ground and someone's kicking you in the head and beating you up and doing whatever? You not gonna say, "Oh, don't rescue me. Oh, don't protect me because I'm in it together with this group. So just come on and kick me in the head again. Kick me in the head. Do whatever you want to do to me because I'm down for the struggle. I'm representing. I'm here for the cause." You're not gonna say that. You're gonna want someone to step in to defend you, to protect you, to help you. And my friends, there are not many people are willing to help anyone in this life and time. Yes, we must be safe. We must be careful on the street, on the highways and byways. But I'm saddened. I'm saddened. I'm saddened from the news every day. There's a shooting, a killing, or someone has been injured in the community by the hands of another black person, and their life did not matter. So why you say that, Anthony? If their life matters, then the same vigor, the same enthusiasm, the same impulse without the violence should be directed towards those victim families and say, look what you have done. They should take to the street. They should march on Washington. They should do a lot of stuff that they're doing right now on the police related shooting. But not the violence. Not the violence. When you and I say that my life matters over that person, you're going to reap the consequences of your action. COVID-19 can be looked at, it's like revealing your true nature. It took COVID-19 to reveal where your belief and where you lie. It took COVID-19 to knock the church off the block. It took COVID-19 to keep people in the house. It took COVID-19, excuse me, to have people in the house to think, to evaluate their lives. It took COVID-19 for a lot of people to kill themselves, don't know where to go, whom to call. It took COVID-19 to shut down businesses and stores. Yes, the package store can open up. Yes, the liquor store, the package store, the big box stores, the abortion clinic. Those things are essential, but they can open up. The protesters, rioting and looting, they can do whatever. But let peaceful protest, true peaceful protesters out on the street. Oh, no, 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 no. The church got to stay closed. We can't have this church. You can't sing anymore in the church because your singing, the virus will go out in the air and then you can suck it in. Excuse me? That is like telling me that I cannot breathe because of COVID-19, so I got to stay in my house because if I walk out the door, I might catch COVID-19 because it's in the air. Then that means everyone, those who say they're in it together, from the politicians and the president, every down to the lowest person on the totem pole, we should have complete shutdown. If you want to believe that, it doesn't make sense. The air that we breathe is the same air. It's not prejudice. It does not discriminate. People use it and say it's discriminating. How can I tell the virus, attack black people? Take out black people over there. Don't bother the white people. Don't bother the protesters. Just get the black people. Get those who don't believe what we believe. Get those because they speak against us. Get those who speak the truth. Wake up, brothers and sisters. For those of you in the sound of my voice, if you like what you heard, share it with other people. Allow them to hear what you heard. Don't think for them. It's time to wake up. Let people know how you feel about certain things. As long as you're not cussing them out, insulting them, but speak your mind. Don't assume like don't assume that Anthony is a Democrat because I'm black. Ask me if I'm a Democrat, or Republican, or independent, or libertarian. Ask me what political party I'm affiliated with. Don't assume I'm a black person. I'm not. Don't assume that I vote Democrat because I'm black. There are a lot of black individuals that do think for themselves. There are a lot of black individuals who have become rich. You got basketball stars, football stars, musician and actor, black individuals. How are you going to say America is racist? The white man is a racist, but the same person that you say is racist is giving you $1 million signing bonuses. Are they not racist? Oh, you looking the other way? You telling me? Or they in a special category? They're not racist because they provide you money and funds? You can't have it, but it doesn't make sense. How can someone be a racist and they give someone a $25 million bonus? I said, I wish I was an athlete because you get signing bonuses. I said, well, I wish I can sing because you get a singing contract that's really good. I wish I can sing. I go on American Idol. I can go on all these talk shows and whatever. But I haven't seen a show where they say, we want to find the next best uh, motivational speaker. We want to find the next best public speaker. We want to find the next best author. I haven't seen, I'm not saying not out there, I haven't seen someone say, wow, this guy got talent. I can use him and bring him out and let the world, but no. So I must admit that I used to be, yeah, I'm saying, I wish I was a singer. I wish I was this and I was that. But yet the same white hands, if you're going to use that terminology, that put millions and millions of dollars, white owners own these football teams. I use them as an example. I don't know if there's any black owned, it may be partners, but most of the money comes from endorsement, foreign countries, shoe endorsement, t-shirt endorsement, whatever endorsement they get. And it's coming from majority of white and foreigners individuals. So how are you going to say that that person's a racist, but yet you take from them? You should say, no, 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 I'm against white people. I hate all white people. I hate all Chinese. I hate Mexican. I hate Jews. I hate so and so. So I can't take your money. Okay, you're not going to take my money? You're not going to play. See how that, when you start thinking rational, it doesn't make sense? But when we as a black race don't think for ourselves and think intellectually, think the who, what, when, where, and why, think not in the means of I'm better than you, my life matters, Black Lives Matter when a police officer kills another black or shoots another black, but Black Lives Matter does not matters when it involves a regular black person. So does Black Lives really matters? Think about it. Think about it. So it's my hope that what you heard, like I said, I was going to debate should I give this topic. I decided to do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I got enough information to can probably keep me on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for years. The one I just gave you is spontaneous. So I know it's going to be many spontaneous ones. So Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If you like what you heard, comment. Go to my YouTube channel, The Hidden Tears of Black Male, and I promise you, hit the video section, and you will see a video topic that you're gonna say, that's for me. I'm glad I heard that. I'm glad I went there. Hit the subscribe button. Comment. And if you like what you heard and you like what you see on that channel, and you want me to talk about something, I know a friend of mine said, Anthony, I got a lot of things to say, but I'd be afraid to say what I want to say. But I say, when I say what I say, I just say what need to be said. I say what's on my heart and mind. We're living in a time, like in one of my messages. What is your life? Are you existing, surviving, or living? What is your purpose? To get married, have children, get wealthy, have a job, own a business, all those things is fine. But then there's some of us that look beyond all of that and say, I must have a purpose in my life. I must have a purpose in my life. As long as the church remains silent, things are going to be just like it is. The church need to wake up and begin to speak the truth. Not afraid to speak what thus saith the Lord. Not afraid to speak because they're afraid they may lose their well-funded tithe and offering and benefactor, or they may offend so and so. You mean to tell me that the mega churches or certain pastors or people in organization structure do not know certain members where they're getting their money for, or if they're making sizable donation, what kind of lifestyle and what they are doing? We need to begin to wake up, brothers and sisters. So I hope that what I share with you, I express my sadness from what I heard so far over the weeks and what I'm going to hear. But it's not a sad, I'm not feeling so sad where it making me feel gloom and doom and whatever. I'm not coming from that position. I'm coming from a position to say I'm saddened. And because I'm saddened by the news that I'm hearing, is causing me to say what I'm saying tonight. Hoping that it inspires somebody. If I touch one person and say, wow, I never thought of that. Wow, you making sense. Wow, I'm thankful that I heard this. Wow, I'm sad too. Wow, you made me think that that is going on. Wow, I never look at the what, the who, the when, the where, the how. I never heard there's a solution. I never heard that who makes me God. I never heard what I heard on this video. God willing, I'll be back Wednesday, same time, Friday, same time. If you like what you heard, hit the comment section, express your comment and views. I know there are people that listen to me, but they don't comment, they don't sign in, and that's fine. And I've told, say, some people will listen to what you have to say and don't comment because they know if they put a comment, their friends are going to see that and they go, oh, she or he believe what he just said. And that's fine. That's okay. But as long as you say it and share with other people, that's fine too. Because it's not about if I get 20,000 or 20 millions or that's fine too. Am I gonna come on here and give up prizes or schemes and all that kind of stuff to get you to like my videos? Not really. If I touch one person, I touch one person. My purpose in life is what I'm doing now. If I touch one person, someone can say, wow, I remember him when he was saying what he's saying right now. And look where he's heading. So we all have a purpose in life, brothers and sisters. Don't let the color of your skin, your gender, tell you otherwise. Don't allow other people to tell you that you cannot achieve the most out of your life. Don't let anyone put you down because of your color of your skin and your lack of. If you need to go back to school, go back to school. Pull your pants up, quit sagging. Have respect for yourself. Begin to wake up. Begin to take part of this black awakening that I said in one of my messages. It is there. The spirit, the energy, the vibration, and frequency is there. All you have to say, I want to be a part of this new awakening. And yes, when you are part of the new awakening, You're gonna lose your friends, some friends, and family members, and homies, and people that you hung out with, because you're gonna be thinking different. And when you begin to think different, as one may say, you're not black anymore, and whatever that means. And I think it means I'm not, oh, you bougie. Or how am I bougie? Because I drive a nice car, I live in a nice house. What I got to do with bougie? I grew up in the ghetto. We assume, we tag people with certain labels. Oh, you think you're better than me because you went to college, you got a professor, you got a doctor behind your name. Or you think you're better than me because you got a business. Excuse me? Where did I say that? If I'm having a conversation with you and you come at me that way, where did I say I'm better than you? It was your assumption. So begin to think when you are talking to people, because they will reveal to you where they're coming from. And if you find yourself can't communicate, can't get to a point, or can't come to agreement, just simply, we can't continue this conversation. Not to agree to disagree, because when both persons say we agree to disagree, both people walk off into the sunset thinking they have won. And what gets solved? Nothing. Only to be brought up. But you know, the last time you and I talked, we never settled this argument. Well, I just let you go because you didn't want to hear what I have to say. Or someone say, oh, listen to what I have to say, but refuse to let you express your views, then that's not a discussion. So I'm saddened, and I'm glad that I am saddened by the news that I heard today, because it caused me to bring forth this message that I'm sharing with you. I put the other message off the side because it was not the right time for this message. And I must admit, if I'm willing to give it Wednesday or Friday, it is good. It caused me to look at myself and say, wow, Anthony, you're good. You're good in what you do. You're good in writing things down. Look at my Facebook page and you see the little thing where it says thoughts in the AM. Thoughts in the AM. You may think I'm talking about thoughts like AM in the morning, thoughts in the PM, and no. A young lady said, Anthony, you have a lot of thoughts. Why don't you do a page called Thoughts in AM? Thoughts in the AM is actually thoughts of Anthony Milton. And I was going through the cable channel and I saw this news program called Joy in the AM. I think the person's name is Joy, and she's on the AM dial, AM between 8 and 12. I don't know what time she comes on. I said, wow, that's catchy. So, thoughts in the AM is thoughts from Anthony Milton. And she suggested that I use that tag, thoughts in the AM. So if you scroll down and look at all the random thoughts that pop into my mind, you will be blessed from hearing them. Whether you hear them, but listen to them. I close by saying this. A lot of time I get in trouble. A lot of time I assume. A lot of time I think because I refuse to read all of the lines. I refuse to listen and only hear what I want to hear. To properly listen is to listen what's being said to you, comment on what you're hearing, not listening, hoping that person shut up and then you can express your opinion. That's one-sided. It should be a exchange of ideas. Oh, I didn't know that. Hmm, that's a good point. Hmm, I think I'm gonna apply that. That is engaging listening. So, if you like what I heard, like you, if you like what you've heard, hit the comment section, tell your friends that, hey, I listened to this guy on Facebook, which I'll upload this video to Thoughts in AM. And you'll be interesting. Let them hear it. Go to the YouTube channel, The Hidden Tales of Black Male, hit the subscribe button, hit the comment button. If you'd like me to speak on any particular subject, if it's not, I won't speak on subject where you're putting down, judging, being judgmental, us against them. I want to share positive, instructional, informative, educational messages. If you have a story where you have overcome something and you want to share it, you can always type it in the Facebook instant message. Now I'll do instant messenger on my phone, but in the chat box, or you can just send put your email in or whatever, and I will communicate. And you might say, well, I went through this in my life, and I want people to hear about it. And my cousin is working on upgrading my website, which is he still speaks not listen.org. And when she's completed, I'll be able to go right into it and add and take away and do a section where you'll be able to email me, and you can also email me and tell me your story. So if you want to email me and tell me your story, just go to today now at writeme.com. T-O-T is, I'm going to do it again, Todanow at WRITE me.com. I say it again, Todanow at WRITEME dot, oh, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. It's ORG, not com. Do it again, Todanow at WRITEME.org. You can email me at that address, share your thoughts, or share a comment, or share something that you want me to talk about. If you like what you heard, hit the subscribe button. Thank you, God willing. Be back Wednesday, 8 o'clock, same time, with another interesting topic. Thank you.